Now, I bet many of you are quite excited to listen to this next conversation we have, because in the past few weeks and days, we have seen women demonstrating on the streets of Belarus, calling for democracy. In this timely fireside chat, Sviatlana Tsikhanouskaya and Rosalía Arteaga discuss the importance of women rising up and grasping the reins of political leadership.
Hello, I want to say good morning in Latin America and good evening in Europe and in other parts of the world. I want to start this conversation about what's happening in Belarus, and it's my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Sviatlana Tsikhanouskaya, and to think together and to talk for the public about the importance of women's role in terms of how to deal with democratic values and how is it so important for women to work on democracy. The events that happen in Belarus put us on the side of the world what Sviatlana and the women of Belarus are doing. Then it will be good to ask you, Sviatlana, about how does it take to pursue the work you have done in terms of leading the democratic values, to leading the woman in your country, and also how you had not been distracted by accusations, by situations that are against you. It will be good for us, and especially for young leaders, to know about your fight and your decision to continue fighting for democracy in your country.
Hello, everyone. It's my honor to be here. I'm a woman, and of course, I'm for. I want women to play more role in politician life. So first of all, I have to admit that it's rather difficult to be a leader of democratic Belarus, and it's much more difficult because you are a woman. But sometimes women are put in such circumstances that they have no choice, because it wasn't my consciousness choice. I was put in such circumstances where I had to step instead of my husband, instead of my man, and had to be a leader of this protesting movement. And of course, as for critics and accusations, if critics is, how to say, if it's reasonable, it's a good reason why you have to improve yourself. But it's a critics towards you just to, to humiliate you. You don't have to pay attention to such kind of critics, because it means that you do everything the best way you can. Because if our government hires, a lot of people just to write ugly stuff about me, to write black things about me, it means that they are afraid of you and you are on the right way.
We had the opportunity to talk before in one of the webinars that the WPL create, and I am really very admiring you, and I think a lot of people is admiring the courage that you have. Did you think about the courage, or does it go and flows when you were fighting for the rights of not only for women, but for the people of Belarus?
I always thought that I'm a weak woman. I couldn't even imagine that I would be able one day to take from myself so much courage to become a leader of the whole protesting movement. I never had such ambitions, and I was sure I never had such strength. But somehow, usual women under-evaluate themselves. So, of course, I it was my personal courage and the fact that just from the beginning of this movement, I was surrounded by people who believed in me, who believed in me. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Now I hear you.
Okay, sorry. So, and the fact that from the beginning I was surrounded by people who believed me, who believed in me, of course, it gave me much more strength. And when two more women, two leaders joined me, and we had triple strength, so we our movement, our Protestant movement, became 3 times bigger and stronger than it was when I was alone. So there were only Belarusian people who gave me more and more strength to believe in myself, to not to give up this struggle, because it was really a difficult way. And I couple of times I had intention to stop it, because I was sure that I can't manage it. But people called me. They told, no, you can't. Just you look at us. We all Belarusian people, we want to fight. We want to continue. And I realized that I can't stop at this moment. So Belarusian people gave me strength, and of course a little bit my own strength.
Then the support make you stronger. How you feel about the feelings of other women, not only in Belarus, but in all world, because I'm sure that you receive a lot of message of supporting. How you feel and how it make you to have the decision to continue in the fight for the rights and for the democracy in Belarus?
No, at the beginning of every initiative, everybody has to be motivated by himself or herself. You have to have aim and go to this aim. And of course, support is extremely important. So the solidarity inside country, the solidarity outside country are extremely important, because you just one person can't do anything, especially in the dictatorship we lived for 26 years. But when one person sees that there are people around him, they are inspiring him, so he understands that he can do more. And in our very case, when we are struggling against dictatorship, international support is extremely important for our movement, because we know, we understand that the whole responsibility is, of course, on Belarusian people, on Belarusian men and women. But if not for other countries' help, if not for other countries' support, we would feel much, much weaker. And this solidarity movement that have aroused around our situation in Belarus gives us, more strength. So, inspiration, solidarity, and assurance that all the people around are watching us, are inspired by us, and they are going to help us is very helpful in our situation.
There are a couple of more questions. One is about how you feel, because you have going through very hard situations. Probably family situations are very hard. Maybe you can talk a little bit about it. And the other question is, how do you envision the future of your fight for democracy in Belarus?
Once when during the election campaign, my husband was in jail, and he's in jail now. And I got a phone call from an unknown person who told me that if you don't stop, you will be jailed, and your children will be put in the orphanage. And it was very, breaking moment, because at that very moment I was sure that I can't sacrifice with my people or with my children. But friends, came to help me, and they decided to bring my children abroad just for me to feel more comfortable, just to continue my own fight. So at the moment, I'm in exile with my children, and of course, when they are safe, I feel much more confident about my fight. I know that they are, with me, but I understand that my husband is a hostage, and sometimes it stops me from telling something or from doing from doing some things. I don't know, and it influences, of course. But I understand that there are 120 politician prisoners in our country. More than 17,000 were detained and beaten and tortured in the jails. So I can't stop our fight only because my husband is in jail as well. So and oh my. How I see, once again, sorry, how I see the second question?
Yeah, how you envision the future and what we can do in solidarity to your leadership and what you can achieve. I know that you are outside Belarus now because of the circumstances, but of course you are all the time connected with what's happening in Belarus. You feel that it goes forward, like people is understanding little by little how the situation is going to evolve?
What I know and what Belarusian people know is that Belarusians have changed forever, and we will not be able to come back to that state of the slaves we used to live for 26 years. And now people are fighting for their future, for the future of their children. We want to build new democratic Belarus where where people are safe, where people are free, where people's rights are respected. So I'm not going to be the future president because I think that there are a lot of more, better people for this position. But I'm sure that every person can be useful for the country even if he is not president. So I think that I will connect my life with human rights protection in the future, because this topic became very close to me during this election campaign and our protesting movements. So Russian people are united now: women, men, students, teachers, doctors, old people, young people, everybody is united. And it's a rather difficult way because we had dictatorship for 26 years and nobody, of course, expected that we will get rid of this system for a couple of days. But our people are ready to stand this way. They are united, they have will, and we are sure that we will succeed sooner or later. And of course, everybody wants this to happen as soon as possible and to start build new, free, and safe Belarus.
Excellent. It has been a pleasure to talk with you, Sviatlana, and to feel the strongest feelings that you have, not only like a mother, not only like a wife, by a leader that is inspiring other people in different parts of the world. I'm sure that you are going to continue to fight for human rights. That is so important. And to take the lead in the moment that you feel you need to take it. And of course, I am sure that many women that are listening this talk are feeling and are thinking how we can help, how we can deal with these really strong situations, and how we can put women desires, women wishes, women thoughts, women dreams at the top level. Let the other people think about it. I'm sure that Belarus is going to have better times in the future. And for sure, we, the women of the world, are supporting Sviatlana and are supporting all the other women that inside or outside Belarus are fighting for democracy, are fighting for human rights. It has been a pleasure, as I say, and thank you very much for the opportunity, and good success for all the women political leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.